So, as you know, all the politicians are going back and forth, gerrymandering their maps into oblivion. It started with New York, and then you saw changes in Texas, and then California, and then Virginia, and then now Florida is like, hey, everybody, hold my beer.
Representative Persons Mullica has waived closed. The question now recurs on final passage of HB 1D. The clerk will unlock the machine and the members will proceed to vote. Have all members voted? Have all members voted? The clerk will lock the machine and announce the vote.
83 yeas, 28 nays, Mr. Speaker.
Show the bill passes. Read the next bill.
None on the desk, Mr. Speaker.
So yeah, tons of people from more bluer states, from more Democratic states, started having a mass exodus out of places like California, New York, Massachusetts, etc. And they all started flooding down to Texas and Florida and the Carolinas and Arizona. And Florida, I saw Ron DeSantis talking about this. And then also, he's just saying, don't move down to Florida and try to turn it into a Democratic state. The reason why you've come to Florida is because we've done something right. There's something that attracted you here. You want to actually keep that. If you come down to Florida and you start trying to turn it blue or flip Florida blue, you're going to end up with the same problems. This is not an endorsement of one party over the other as much as it is just calling out the facts and stating that clearly you weren't happy with where you came from. Now you're here and you see people saying things like, let's turn Texas blue or let's flip Florida blue. And Ron DeSantis was like, absolutely not. Florida is going to remain a red state. So I am not a fan of gerrymandering. I think it's wrong. But it's just interesting to see how this is playing out. We saw what happened in Virginia with Prop 50 in California, with redistricting in New York, the conversation on Texas and their population and the decision to redraw early and the back and forth that's happening. It really doesn't help to be doing this. But this map, and then also in Virginia, that whole election that they just had, the Supreme Court ruled it was unconstitutional. We saw the language issues with Prop 50 in California also, where the language was very misleading. It made people believe that they were upholding their rights when all it did was dismantle the independent redistricting commission that we had here. So games are being played, but this Florida is red.